Seth, I know that as part of your role with Merlin Ventures and some of your previous roles, actually, you guys have done really well with cybersecurity companies getting acquired. Talk to me about some of your big successes.
Yeah, we had a really good year last year. So for a young fund that frankly doesn't have a ton of investments yet, we had three companies get acquired, two of them in the course of a week by Palo Alto for about $1 billion total. So that was a very good week in November there. Uh, Palo acquired both Dig and Talon. Dig was or is a DSPM, data security posture management company. Talon is an enterprise browser company. Both of those were just extremely compelling founding teams. I mean, the technology was great too, but for the stage we're investing in, where it's really early stage, it typically comes down to the founding team, right? Because when you're investing in a seed stage company, it's going to pivot, the market's going to adjust. These CEOs need to be able to adjust with that market and respond. And Dan and Ofer were just amazing, amazing people. And so watching how they interacted with the market, how they ran their companies, in fact, we just did a new investment recently, where Dan is an advisor. Dan is the CEO of Dig, and he's an advisor to the CEO of this new company. And I keep just telling him, the new CEO, to go talk to Dan and steal some of his secrets for how he ran the company, because just the rigor with which he ran it and the way he tracked the market and the way he executed on everything. When we talked to customers, they said, look, this was a crowded market, but Dig stood out among everybody else just for the way they executed, right? And that's what we're looking for in CEOs at the stage we're investing in.
I love it. Talk to me a little bit, kind of add to this about your unique approach to identifying and nurturing your portfolio companies.
Yeah. So we talked earlier about how we built out this network of CISOs and other security execs in the US. And I think the way we've done that has actually been quite different from other VCs in the market. So most VCs at this point have some sort of CISO network. And typically they're focusing on, how do I have that CISO network interact with my own portfolio? Right? I mean, that's all of our goals are to help our portfolio companies grow and succeed. And that's our goal too. But we've tried to build this network in a much more collaborative way. And so every month we have a meeting with our network where we'll get 50, 60 CISOs and other security execs on the phone or on a Zoom and just talk about what we're seeing in the market, right? What are the companies that we're looking at right now? And for them, it's a great way to stay on top of what's coming next. Where is it going? For us, it's a great way to get feedback on what's actually of interest to the security buyers in the market today, right? So we'll talk about some companies we're considering investing in. We'll also talk, frankly, about some companies we're not considering investing in, but we think the space might be interesting. And when we first started doing these calls a couple of years ago, the first call was me talking for an hour. Now it's me talking for 5 minutes, and then the security community just discusses, right? And I'm part of that discussion, my team's part of that discussion, but it's getting real feedback on what's a need, what else have they seen in the market, who else is doing something interesting, who has tried this technology and has some feedback for it. And so the entire community really benefits from it. And for us, we get a great signal on, this is a space that's really interesting, we should dig deeper. This is a company worth investing in. And then we can use the interest that comes out of that to connect our companies with people that have an interest without jamming stuff down anybody's throat, right? So we're not saying, hey, look, I need you, Rick, to go try out this company because it's my portfolio and I just need you to. Instead, we can sort of let them pull and say, hey, I've got a need for something in the data security posture management space. And we can say, oh, have you looked at Dig? They're doing something really interesting here. You should have a conversation. And so I think that collaborative approach has really let us grow very quickly in a way that's a lot different from what others in the market are doing today.